So here I am late at night, and this is pretty much what I do every night now. Craigslist, Facebook, junk sales, markets, looking for stuff like this. Check that out. Hopefully they're willing to take 25 bucks for that. And I'll steal it at 25 bucks. What do you think, baby?
What is it? Start talking?
Okay, so the tents. We're going to update you on where we're at with the tents. And
so check this out. So CBS is doing a little spot on the tents. It's really cool. DAVE. And then we have the lowest point in one of our employees' lives.
And I looked at him and looked at Tekken 3 and looked back at him and said, "Are you serious?"
And we always tell stories. They tell stories. You're going to like this one.
in the meantime, check out the new decks.
You want to walk with them? Ken, you want to walk with them?
You want the right here?
SUZETTEMUNSON.
Great, from Saddleback Leather Company.
Yeah,
awesome.
From Saddleback Leather Company.
All right, so talk a little bit about this project you got going on out here.
Yeah, maybe you can use something there.
So you can see the... Are we going to be able to use this? Do some cool shots with this. All right, cool.
So this is our main tent here. This is where we're going to be living daily. And you're basically...
Okay, so if you're eating taco stand, a lot of times you know where to sit. So what you do when you have a drink in your hand and you have your tacos in quesadillas, these are fantastic. What you do, you put this here, and then you get your tacos. See that? Put my drink right here, and then I put this here, and then usually when I go like this, you eat your tacos.
Open it like this.
Put it right in there. Oh. Everyone tells stories. So Doug is telling his story about how he was at the lowest point in his life before Saddleback Leather.
So in 1996, I had gotten out of high school and I wasn't sure what to do with my life, and so I did what any 19-year-old would do, and I bought a car I couldn't afford. 1996 Mercury Cougar XR7. It was black with the Mustang GT engine. It's a 6-year loan, 18% interest. Payment was $311.27. Insurance was $250 for full coverage. That's what they quoted me. That's not what I paid. Didn't have insurance. After a little bit driving like a 19-year-old, I got pulled over and the police officer was gone for about 20 minutes. And he says to me, "I'm going to do you a favor. If a police officer fills up 2 complete tickets after 20 minutes and comes back and says, 'I'm going to do you a favor,' things are not going well." He says, "I should impound your car and put you in jail, but I'm not going to." Because I had an expired license, expired tags, no insurance, tickets in 3 cities. She says, "I'm going to drive away. I advise you to get your car towed and not drive it again until you get this taken care of." So I waited until I couldn't see his taillights, and then I drove home and didn't drive again for 2 years. So you might think that that's rock bottom. That's not rock bottom. Rock bottom is when you work at a video store and you hire in not as an assistant manager, but you hire in to be on the path to become an assistant manager at a video store. And so 6 months later, it was time for the review, at which point I fully expected to be moved further along in the process toward becoming an assistant manager. And so the district manager pulled me into the video game section and he said, "Well, Doug, we need to talk about how slow you're putting movies back." And I looked at him and looked at Tekken 3 and looked back at him and said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Is it customary to let someone know that they have a problem at their formal review 6 months later, or might I have heard this from my store manager or the other actual assistant managers before this conversation?" He goes, "Let me get your manager." So he calls the manager over and he says, "Doug had a question about the feedback about being slow putting the movies back." And she goes, "Now, if you're gonna say this is because of your weight." I said, "I wasn't going to say this was because of my weight." She goes, "Well, I put them back fast enough when I was bigger." I said, "Okay." And that's when you hit rock bottom. It got better. I mean, I didn't get better putting movies back apparently, but I got better jobs and I sold the car. I don't know how to end it.